There was this moment. I was sitting in the office, an office in the center of Amsterdam, with white and wood everywhere. About 6 programmers around me, and some whiteboards and some simple furniture. I was working on this tech startup that I was in. It was going quite well. We had investment, we had a beautiful team, and I was always interested in spirituality. I had been meditating for about 5 years, and I had been contemplating different spiritual teachings and teachers like Eckhart Tolle and Osho. And at the time I had challenges with the business it was a startup, so I was, building something. It's like falling from the sky, trying to build an airplane on the way down. And I had challenges in my personal relationships, and I had real worries. Like, a lot of things were not really working as I wanted it to work. As I sat there, just, sending emails and working on my tasks, I was listening to just some spiritual teaching on the background. And I tended to put on some videos for me to listen to while I was doing some admin work or something like that. I was listening to this one Osho video. It was already pretty good, so it pulled me in. It was a nice video. And then at some point he said, life has no purpose. Life has no goals, no purpose. That seemed very weird, very odd, because I was so much into goals and purposes, different to-dos. So that got my attention. Because I was like, what? Life has no goals, no purpose. I've been so purpose-driven and so working on so much goals, so how can life have no goals, no purpose? That sounds really weird. So it pulled me in, it was sort of the contrast that pulled me in. And then as I sat there, he continued and he said, life is the purpose. And that cracked me. That cracked something inside me. Like, I was so purpose-driven, so goal-driven, so trying to optimize my life in every way, trying to find a solution to life. It's basically trying to one-up life, we could say, be the best, the smartest, to be the best version of myself. I was very goal-driven, personal development. I was listening to personal development from 18, and at the time, that moment, I was 27, so I was, super into yoga, meditation, discipline, things like that. And at that point, when he said life is the purpose, I realized there is no bigger thing than life itself. There's like, all you can achieve in life is life itself. It is life. You are life. This is life. And damn, that hit home. That hit home hard. That was an intense realization in which I suddenly became the watcher of my experience. I saw my life unfolding, me sitting in the chair, my body moving. Everything was just happening. And I was totally in the flow, but I was also on the back, and I was seeing my body move the mouse. And suddenly I saw my body grab my jacket and grab my stuff and put them all in my bag. Put my bag on my back. I just walked away and I said bye to everybody without saying anything, just walking away. I didn't know where I was walking to. And thoughts came up like, what am I doing? Or what is this? And I just laughed at them. They were just like, this is already happening. This is just flow. And I don't have to think about what's happening. And I felt this immense peace. I felt like I was carried and moved by life because I am life. I thought I was Kees, right? I thought I was this person in life. This small person. That was actually life itself the whole time. It was in that moment sort of life recognized life, because when he said life is the purpose, right? It sort of widened my scope totally. Instead of this small purpose like, making more money, building a successful app, as I was doing at the time. I was in an IT startup. Just this focus on success, on discipline, or things like that, which is by itself totally fine, but I was not in touch with life itself. And just realizing that life is the purpose, that not this small thing or this person, but just life itself is just living itself, and it's moving us already. And that moving is just effortless when you don't try to control. I just clicked out of it. I just suddenly clicked out of it. And started cycling through Amsterdam. And when a thought came up about my worries, right? My worries with my company, my worries with my personal relationships. It didn't hit at all. It just was like, if I believe this thought, then, I'm in pain. Then I'm worrying again. Then I get more thoughts. And that doesn't help. Doesn't help at all. I just realized that. That was super freeing. To just realize that. See that. And to understand that. That we are life. And that we are carried. Because life moves us in every moment. We don't move it, but it moves itself. So that freedom of that recognition of this is already happening, I can just allow it to happen. There's nothing else than allowing this to happen. Even if we think we are doing it, we are life. So life is just doing it through us, we could say. Through the body-mind. That was super freeing. Super freeing. And this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today. It's just I would like to free more people from this illusion of how can I improve? I need to, do more. I need to strive harder. I'm even having a sense of I'm not good enough or I'm not enough in any way. It's just not true. You are life. You are perfect already. And it's not saying that everything that happens is, good or something like that. It has no label. It's just life's natural movements. Life's natural expansion. Expansion and contraction. That was what got me started on this spiritual adventure. Before that I was meditating, but it was something I was doing, something the person was doing. And after that, it was recognized that life itself is just doing this. So beautiful. You are life, my friend. Thanks for listening. Bye.